Mass murderers always attract a lot of public attention. Not only did they cause bloody cases, leaving people fearful of their logical thinking and their ability to speculate ingeniously. According to a study conducted by Radford University, mass murderers often have very high IQs and are even classified as geniuses. I firmly believe that you will ask yourself who they are so good at. What did they do that shocked the public, or the outcome of those guys, blah blah. So let's go with entertainment no one today to answer all those questions. 1. Rodney Alcala. His long and thick hair and thin lips often laugh. Rodney Alcala, born in 1943, is a man who always makes him adored for his intelligence. His IQ is up to 160, which is the IQ of the brilliant physicist Albert Einstein. Thanks to this, he has caused hundreds of rape by women. It is worth mentioning here that Alcala has caused a number of different murders but was not arrested and convicted until 30 years later. In December 1977, Georgia Wickstead, a 27-year-old nurse, was found dead in his Malibu home. The youngest was seen when driving a car carrying her colleague Barbara Gale home from a bar. The next day, when Wickstead was not at the hospital, Gale reported to the police. Upon arriving at the victim's apartment, police discovered signs of intrusion. The girl lay naked on the bathroom floor, dying from her bag to suffocate. She was raped before she was murdered, with a wound like a hammer on her head. Notably, the girl's secretive area is severely damaged. Apparently, his method of torture has shaped in a certain way. Alas, Alcala has been sentenced to death by 2 trials. But each time Alcala appealed and defended himself at the appeal, the court's decision was completely reversed. For example, the California court found Alcala guilty by injecting poison but did not understand why. 3 weeks later, they changed the charge and absolved Alcala of death. It is a puzzling fact that more than a few dozen years have passed since Alcala was first arrested and sentenced to death. U.S. police still publish photos in the box when ransacking their home because they think they may be his victims. They call for cooperation from those who know the information about these women so that they can provide the undeniable evidence for him. 2. Edmund Kemper. Edmund Kemper, December 18, 1948, when he was only 15 years old, was up to 1.75 meters tall and had very unusual behavior. He became more aggressive and described himself as a bug that exploded slowly. On August 27, 1964, Kemper was once again sent by his parents to live with his grandparents at a large California ranch. This time back, Kemper was not welcomed by her grandparents and those on the farm like last time. Besides, Kemper himself does not like to come back here either. Kemper hates the way his mother treats him and does not like being her grandparents. They always demanded and forced him to do whatever he wanted. Because of that, Kemper soon intended to fight and revenge his grandparents. One afternoon in August, 66-year-old Maud, Kemper's grandmother, scolded him in the kitchen. Just before that, Kemper has been scolded by his mother for not listening. Feeling annoyed, Kemper put all her anger on her and showed a lie. The culmination of the incident was that Kemper ran to the corner of the house, grabbed his rifle, turned toward her and fired. After she fell to the floor, Kemper lowered her gun, took the kitchen knife in her hand and stabbed repeatedly until she stopped breathing. With his body taller than his 15 years, Kemper easily dragged her into the bedroom. Next, Kemper thought that what he needed to do to hide this was to kill his grandfather. Kemper's grandfather was 72 years old, but he was quite healthy, and he taught Kemper how to use a gun at Christmas last year. After dragging her into the bedroom, Kemper heard the sound of his car on the porch. Just as Edmund had just stepped out of the car, Kemper fired 2 shots at him. Then, Kemper hid his body in the garage. As he calmed down, Kemper called his mother in Montana and told him everything that had happened on the farm. Miss Clarnell, Kemper's mother, was shocked not to believe what he was saying but still called the police to inform them. On the farm, Kemper also called the police. Police quickly arrived at the scene. When they arrived at the farm, Kemper sat on the porch, calmly, ready to be arrested. Kemper was transferred to a medical center for psychological testing. The results indicate that Kemper has hallucinations, schizophrenia. However, Kemper's IQ is pretty good, almost like the IQ of a genius. California Court of Appeal for Kemper under the highest penalty for minors, 5 years imprisonment without amnesty ahead of time. During detention in a mental hospital, with intelligence and Dick, Kemper has memorized all the answers to 28 different assessment devices. He has reason enough to make doctors believe he has become a safe person in society, so he was released when he was 21 years old. He was freed, but a man in his bloody bloodline, Kemper, did not regret it. He continues to cause more terrible assassinations. His target is the school girls. Kemper pretends to be a good man, for the girls to go first. Once, twice, then 3 times, Kemper makes the prey believe he is a good person. But at the very moment they believed the most, the sick man came out. He shot the victim's head, stabbed them or strangled them to death. Often, the place where Kemper hands are often empty, few passers-by during the evening. The first victim Kemper killed was 2 girls named Mary Pess and Anita Luchessa, 18, on May 7, 1972. The bodies of these 2 girls were found in head loss and had many stab wounds. It is important that when discovered, these 2 bodies are in a period of heavy decay because Kemper himself hands out professionalism and keeps the site very closed. The next killer of the cold-blooded killer is 15-year-old dance instructor Aiko Koo. After giving away the car, Kemper used her strength to squeeze the girl and then dragged him into the deserted area. Here, he uses a knife to remove most of her joints. An act that he later admitted to being inhumane, and so many other victims. Because of his crimes, on October 25, 1973, Kemper was prosecuted and 2 weeks later he was sentenced to life imprisonment in California.